suspended ANC Secretary-General Ace Magashule is due to appear in the High Court in Bloemfontein tomorrow. Magashule and his 15 co-accused face over 70 charges of theft, corruption and money laundering. They relate to a multi-million rand Free State asbestos tender. The Free State is Magashule's stronghold, so how much sway could he still have on the local government elections there? Well, for more on this, let's speak to political analyst Ongama Mtimka. Ongama, it's lovely to have you on air again. How much influence does Ace Magashule have despite his suspension from the party?
As the former Secretary General, or in fact, suspended Secretary General of the party, Magashule wields significant influence, especially in his home province. I mean, if what we have seen in Maluti Apafong during the campaign trail is anything to go by, it suggests that there is still significant influence that he still wields in that province. Also, not just in that province, but in various parts of the country, given the fact that the factional dynamics in the ANC are split, have seen the party split anywhere between, say, 20 to 30%. So that will have a bearing on the electoral prospects of the party.
Ongama, do you think there's any coincidence that President Ramaphosa is campaigning in the Free State just a day or two before Ace Magashule's court case continues in that province?
Absolutely not. And I think that, again, I'm going to go back to that Maluti Apafong events there, where the president appeared to be embraced, whereas the local leaders were booed were reportedly booed. So to me, that suggests that they are onto something by making sure that they intervene as a party at a national level to try and make sure that they manage the situation a lot better. It can be expected that there are a lot of people who are disgruntled, but we must also bear in mind that the counter attack against Magashule's dominance was mainly launched from the from the Free State, in terms of which the current I think convener of the provincial task team, if my memory serves me well, Xolisi Dulwan, was actually an instrumental figure in ensuring that the conference in which a pro-Magashule grouping was elected is actually nullified by the courts. So it's not like we're in a situation where it's completely his stronghold and he's not being challenged at all. He is actually being challenged. His dominance is being challenged.
Surely neither Magashule or Ramaphosa will want the infighting and factionalism within the party to take away votes from the ANC. Surely this should be a time where there is at least a pretense of unity as we run up to November the 1st.
That's interesting. In the ANC's history of factional battles, concerns about potential loss of voter support have not necessarily driven it in very specific areas, have not driven to giving up on fights and bearing the hatchet so that the party can win. We've seen this in Nelson Mandela Bay. In fact, the opposite happens, that those who are pro the faction that lost try and fight to make sure that they decampaign the party. We've gotten to a stage where factions have gained a life of their own and have become bigger, and their importance and coherence has become bigger than party sustainability imperatives. And that's what makes things very difficult for the ANC.
All right, thank you. It doesn't really make sense, does it, to try and lose votes? But I suppose if you're that far down the rabbit hole, it's difficult to see the bigger picture. Thank you so much for joining us. Ongama Mtimka, he's a political analyst. Thank you for your time.